So come over here, don't be afraid. They will not bite you. Okay. Right, so just tell me if you're ready. Are you ready?
O W N hexagrade.
Good afternoon. Welcome to you from hexagrade. Southeast Asian and beyond. Yes.
And this is the name of the project, OWN. O-W-N. O is for Optimize Learning Goal. W is for Work with Purpose. And N, Nurture Self-Discipline.
For our problems, in the research conducted by the Southeast Asian learners a lack of focus in learning due to excessive use of social media. So we want to solve the problem of optimized goals, working tasks, and nurture self-discipline. And we did it with the collaboration among the Southeast Asian schools and beyond, of course.
A solution based on self-regulation learning approach, we will make an innovation that increases sense of ownership for students across Southeast Asian learners and beyond, for them to become a lifelong learner for the common good. By equipping both student and teacher with practical easy-to-use tools and strategies, the project own directly addressed the root cause of low student ownership. It transformed the learning process into a student-driven journey by building mental cognitive awareness, creating space for student voice and choice, encouraging reflection, planning, and self-assessment, aligning teacher support with student autonomy. As a result, students become more motivated, independent, and confident learners. Exactly the kind of transformation needed to solve the ownership problem in education.
To further illustrate our solution, we have come up with a prototype that has the 5 phases: analysis phase, design phase, development phase, implement phase, and evaluate phase.
As you notice, the prototype is made up of clay because we believe that in Southeast Asia, we are like clay. We build one another, stick together, and come up with a structure that will become time-tested, and we need your commitment.
So, in the analysis phase,
In the analysis phase, we did not just come up with a project and came up with a solution. We underwent debates. We almost quarreled. But because of the commitment to collaborate, to cooperate, and to unite, we came up with a solution. So, analysis, we gathered data qualitatively by first focus group discussion with our international, what we call this coach, all the way from Vietnam. Through FGD, we were able to come up with qualitative data. We were not contented. We also interviewed each school leader, what is really happening in your country? Is this really valid? Is this really like that? And each country united that there is really a problem. And out of the qualitative data, we were able to come up with needs analysis. Is this really needed nowadays? Currently, when we go back to our stations, do we really benefit from this kind of innovation? And the answer, 6/6, yes. So that's already quantitative data. Triangulating the qualitative and the quantitative data, we came up with the design phase. In the design phase, this is powered by the KAP approach, knowledge, attitude, and practice approach. in the knowledge, we'll make sure that the innovation that we're going to do is not just about theory. It has to be practiced by the students and the teachers when we go to our own countries. And it has something to do with attitude improvement. The attitude of the learners in terms of self-regulating in lessons will be enhanced. So KAP approach. And we came up also with the development phase. In the development phase, we are so proud that we were able to invent a tracking system. A tracking system is the one that tracks the improvement of the learners in terms of the self-regulating approach that we're going to do. And what about for the learners journal is a surprise Sean will explain. Sean?
So a very important phase is the implementation phase. So based on research and literature review, we have decided to use the Zimmerman's self-regulated learning cyclic approach. And in this approach, there are a few phases. So before we adopt the SRL approach, self-regulated learning approach, we must have a pre-conference. The teacher must go into the classroom and explain to the students the purpose of deploying such strategies. And that would be to benefit them and help them to become more motivated and self-regulated in their learning. And in the Zimmerman's approach, the next step is the forethought phase, the planning phase. The students will plan and